Assalamualaikum, and this is Princess Bulawan Arupak Makatanong, and I am assigned to discuss the male reproductive system. So here are the learning outcomes. At the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify the organs of the male reproductive system and discuss the general function of each, name the endocrine and exocrine of the products of the testes, and describe the structure of a sperm and relate its structure to its function. And lastly, define the spermatogenesis and meiosis. So, before we move on to the main topic, we should first discuss the overview of what really is the reproductive system. So, what is reproduction? Ano nga ba talaga ang reproduction? It is a biological process by which living organisms produce new individuals of the same species. It ensures the continuation of life and the survival of species across generations. So, meaning nito is in order to create an offspring, kailangan may male at saka female na magmi-mate para makakreate ng progeny or mga offspring. And also, the purpose of the reproduction is to continue the life and survival of the humans, the animals, the plants, para hindi sila mag-go extinct. And the role of the man is to manufacture the male gametes called sperm and deliver them to the woman's reproductive organs. Now, the woman is going to produce the female gametes of what we call ova, or yung famous name niya na eggs for the female. Now, there are two main types of reproduction, which is the asexual and the sexual reproduction. Now, first is the asexual reproduction, which involves only one parent and produces offspring that are genetically identical to the parent. Meaning, yung isang parent is kaya niyang mag-produce ng progenies or offspring without a partner. So, for example, a bacteria, amoeba, other kinds of species. Now, next is the sexual reproduction, which involves two parents. The combination of genetic material from both leads to genetically unique offspring. So, just like what I've said earlier, that you need a male and female to mate in order to create an offspring or progenies. Like, for example, male needs a female and female needs a male to create an offspring. An example of this is the human. As a human, you will need a partner to create an offspring. So, like for my example, since I am a female, I will need a male partner to create an offspring para magkaroon ako ng anak. Another example is the animals like mammals. They need also a partner to create an offspring. And also some kinds of the plants, vegetables. Some of these plants like rose, sunflower, they need a male reproductive system to create a progeny or offspring. I would like you to watch this video for only 1 minute to have an overview of what is the process of fertilization.
While you release only a single egg each month, your partner releases millions of sperm in a single ejaculation, all with an eye on that single prize. But only one of those sperm will be crowned the victor. As soon as one lucky sperm cell succeeds in penetrating the egg immediately undergoes a chemical reaction that prevents other sperm cells from following suit. Then, the chromosomes carried by the sperm and egg come together, and the egg is officially fertilized. The fertilized egg then begins a rapid descent to the uterus. Over the next 7 days, the human embryo undergoes multiple cell divisions in a process called mitosis. At the end of this transition period, the embryo becomes a mass of very organized cells, called a blastocyst. Once the embryo reaches the blastocyst stage, approximately 5 to 6 days after fertilization, it breaks out of its protective covering and begins the process of implantation in the uterus. To find out how your baby grows and develops each month, please watch my next video.
Now we are in the main topic, which is the male reproductive system. Now let's have an overview first. The reproductive role of the man is to manufacture the male gametes called sperm and deliver them to the woman's reproductive organ. My discussion contains of the external, internal, and sperm organs, and also the phases of the sperm production. They are responsible for the sexual function, urination, and reproduction. Now, this includes the sperm production and transport. Ito yung pag-produce, transporting the sperm cells and semen. And second is yung sperm discharge. Ito yung pag-ejaculate ng sperm through the penis. Palabas yung sperm outside. Okay? And lastly is the hormone production. This is about producing and secreting male sex organs, primarily the testosterone. And we will be discussing that all throughout the session or the topic. So, to have an idea of what we call male reproductive system, please watch this video for only 1 minute.
Understanding the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is responsible for producing sperm and is essential for reproduction. Let's take a closer look at its structure and function. The main organs of the male reproductive system are located in the pelvis area. They include the testes, sperm ducts, vas deferens, penis, and 3 glands: the seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. The testes are located in a sac-like structure called the scrotum, which hangs between the thighs. The testes produce sperm, which are male sex cells. Each sperm has a head, middle piece, and tail. The sperm travel through the vas deferens to the seminal vesicle and prostate gland, where they are mixed with fluids to form semen. The semen then passes through the urethra and exits the body through the penis. The penis is made of spongy tissue and has 2 parts: the shaft and the glans. Tip: the urethra runs through the penis, allowing both semen and urine to exit the body. The testes also produce testosterone, a hormone responsible for developing secondary sexual characteristics such as a deep voice, muscle development, and facial hair during puberty.
First things first is we will be discussing the external organs, which consist of the penis, scrotum, and testes or testicles. Now, so paano nga ba nagkakaroon ng erection ang isang lalaki? Now, this is because of the erectile tissue within doon sa penis that fills with the blood during arousal, and that causes the erection. And also, yung tinatawag natin na urethra, later we will be discussing, is yung urethra is nandun lang din sa part ng penis, which it carries both the urine and the semen. And the skin that is covering the penis is very loose, or maluwag lang talaga siya, na it folds downward to form a sleeve of skin. Maluwag talaga siya. So, many countries remove that foreskin surgically in a procedure called circumcision, or what we call tuli in Tagalog. So, ang purpose ng pagtutuli kasi is to become healthy and hygienic. Hygienic siya because pag hindi ka kasi natuli is parang maraming bacteria doon sa part ng penis mo. So, yeah. Next is the scrotum. This is a pouch-like sac of skin that houses the testes. The scrotum's muscle regulate temperature, keeping the testes slightly cooler than body temperature for optimal sperm production. Meaning, di ba ito yung testes, then ito yung part ng scrotum, meaning scrotum is providing a house for the testicle. Ang purpose kasi ng scrotum sa testicles is to provide a heat doon sa kasi ng scrotum is mag-provide ng heat for about 3 Celsius doon sa testicles. So, yung scrotum is nagpo-provide siya ng temperature for about 3 Celsius or 5.4 Fahrenheit. That is lower than body temperature na 37.5 yung body temperature natin. So, lower than that. So, which is necessary yun for the production of healthy sperm. So, kapag kapag malamig yung panahon, yung scrotum is magiging wrinkled kasi hinihila niya yung testes papunta sa body worm natin in order to create a healthy sperm production. Next is the testicles, which is the oval-shaped organs that produce testosterone and sperm. Seminiferous tubules within the testes are responsible for spermatogenesis or what we call sperm production. So yung testes is parang siya yung main part para makakreate ng sperm.
External organ, and I'm going to locate it for you. So the external organs consist of 3 organs: the penis, the testes, and the scrotum. Now, first is the penis. It consists of 3 parts where this is the head and also the shaft, or what we call body, and this is the root. We call this root. Okay. Next is the testes. This oval shape here that look like an egg, that is what we call testes. The sperm production is dito siya nangyayari. And next is the scrotum. Ito, nagpo-provide siya ng house for the testes.
Before we proceed to the internal organs, I want you to take note of this. The duct system is the accessory organs forming the male duct system, which transports the sperm from the body. And this includes the epididymis, the ductus deferens, and the urethra. They are essential to create a healthy sperm. Now, okay, let's move on to the internal organs. First is the epididymis. This is a long coiled tube located on the back of each testicle, which it stores and matures the sperm. So, basically, yung epididymis is siya yung first part ng male duct system na that provides a temporary storage site for the immature sperm. Kasi nga, while yung sperm is making their way doon sa epididymis for which takes 20 days na very, very difficult kasi yun na trip doon sa epididymis na so while making a trip doon sa epididymis na they will gain their ability to swim, ability to fertility, and become more concentrated. So, kapag natapos yun, na they complete maturation and develop the ability to swim. Again, to develop the swim. So, when a man is excited or sexually stimulated, na the walls of the epididymis na magsusqueeze yun siya and ipupush yung sperm papunta sa ductus deferens. Now, next one is the ductus deferens or what we call vas deferens. Now, this is the muscular tubes that transport mature sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. Meaning pala is yung ductus deferens is siya nagpo-provide ng road or highway papunta sa labas. From the storage to exit, papunta sa labas ng penis. So, last of the duct system is the urethra. It is the tube that carries urine from the bladder and semen during ejaculation. The last part of the duct system is urethra, which extends from the base of the urinary blood to the tip of the penis, palabas. So it has three regions, which is the prostatic, the membranous, and the spongy or penile urethra. First is the prostatic urethra, which surrounded by the prostate gland. Next is the membranous urethra. This is spanning the distance from the prostatic urethra to the penis. And lastly, the spongy urethra, which is running within the length of the penis and opening to the body exterior. Now, the male urethra carries both urine and semen palabas. Meaning, yung urethra is dala-dala niya yung mga urine and semen or what we call urinary and reproductive system. So, yung urine at saka semen is never silang lalabas na dalawa, never sila nagmix. This is because when ejaculation occurs, sperm enter the prostatic urethra galing sa ejaculatory ducts. The bladder galing sa ejaculatory ducts. Now, this is because now the reason why hindi sila nagme-mix or sabay na lumalabas, this is because the bladder sphincter or what we call internal urethral sphincter is hinihigpitan yan sila. So, that is why yung urine is hindi nakakapasok sa urethra and yung semen also is hindi rin nakakapasok sa urinary bladder. So, that is why hindi sila nagmi-mix because nahihigpitan sila. Hinihigpitan sila ni internal urethra. Now, let's move on to the accessory glands and semen. Now, the seminal, first is the seminal vesicles. This is located at the base of the bladder. This produces 60% of seminal fluid. So, according to the book that I've read, na yung semen daw is, it is thick, yellowish secretion na rich daw sa sugar and vitamin C, prostaglandins, and other substances na that nourish and nagpapa-activate sa sperm. Passing nag-activate doon nag-activate ng sperm. Now, the duct of each seminal vesicle, na it joins the ductus deferens on the same side to form the ejaculatory duct. Thus, the sperm and seminal fluid enter the urethra together kapag nag-ejaculate yung isang lalaki. Now, next one is the prostate. It is a walnut-sized gland that adds fluid to the semen. It is nourishing the sperma. So, it encircles the prostatic urethra just inferior to the urinary bladder. Now, this prostate fluid is some kind of milky and plays a role in activating sperm. So, during ejaculation daw is yung fluid, it enters the urethra through small ducts because the prostate is located to the anterior. Kasi nga daw, the prostate is located doon sa anterior ng rectum. Doon sa anterior ng rectum. So, it's according to what I've read, na mafe-feel daw yung prostate kapag finger mo yung rectum mo and mafe-feel mo din yung size and texture ng prostate through the anterior rectal wall. So, kapag finger mo yung isang rectum, na mafe-feel mo doon yung size and texture ng prostate. Now, next is the bulbourethral glands. It is the pea-sized glands that is the first to pass Now, that is first to pass down the urethra when a man becomes sexually excited. Now, this cleanses the urethra of trace acidic urine prior to ejaculation, and it serves as a lubricant during intercourse. So, meaning, yung semen is it contains a basis or medyo acidic siya kasi nga yung vaginal it is because yung vagina is acidic siya. So in order to protect the healthy sperm, na there must be a basis para ma-neutral yung pagpasok ng sperm sa loob ng vagina. Next part is the semen. This is the milky white, somewhat sticky mixture of sperm and accessory gland secretions. Meaning, yung liquid portion, yung parang liquid part daw ng sperm is parang siya yung medium na para matransport yung sperm. Now, they say that the semen is it has nutrients and chemicals that protect the sperm and aid their movement para to help them move doon sa pagpunta nila all the way doon sa part ng vagina sa female reproductive system. Now, the mature sperm cells are streamlined kasi yan na streamlined cellular na that contains little cytoplasm or stored nutrients. So, semen is slightly acidic because of the relatively alkalinity of semen as a whole, pH 7.2 to 7.6. Now, this helps neutralize the acidic environment, which is yung female's vagina kasi is may pH 3.5 to 4 na very acidic yun siya. So, protecting the sperm is you have to neutralize it with the basis, okay? So, the amount of the semen being released out of the male duct system during the ejaculation na for daily na. It is about only 2 to 5 ml for about teaspoonful. So each milliliter na it contains 50 to 150 million sperm. Laki-laki na yon. Pero isa lang naman yung makakasurvive sa vagina. Pero isa lang naman yung makakasurvive sa female reproductive system. So, next is the ejaculatory ducts, which is formed by the vas deferens and the seminal vesicle ducts. They carry the sperm and seminal fluid doon sa prostate. Okay? So, next is the ureter. It is a pair of narrow muscular tubes that carry urine from each kidney to the urinary bladder. Next one is the urinary bladder. It is a sac that stores urine until it is excreted from the body. So doon ginastore yung urine before palabas pa outside sa penis. So glands. Next is the glans penis. It is rounded, sensitive distal end of the penis. Now, next one is the testis. This is the paired male primary reproductive organs that is located into the scrotum outside the abdominal cavity.
The internal organs. Now, first we have the ureter. This is what we call ureter. This is this color milk. This milky white color here is what we call the ureter. Next is the urinary bladder. So, before lalabas yung urine palabas in the outside na dito muna siya nalalagay, dito muna siya nasa store. So kapag hindi ka nakaihi for a long period of time is magsuswell yan siya and magkakaroon ka ng urinary bladder problem. Next is the ductus deferens. Itong cord na to is what we call ductus deferens. Yan. Yan. Yung tinatawag nating ductus deferens. Na ang function yan is parang highway ng sperm papunta sa labas. Next is the seminal vesicle. This part here is what we call seminal vesicle. Next is the prostate gland. This right here is what we call prostate gland. This right here. So, yung mga lalaki is prone sila dyan. Prone sila sa prostate cancer. As what I've read in the books na you can feel your prostate gland if you finger your rectum. Pag pinasok mo dito yung finger mo is you can feel the size and the texture of your prostate gland here. Okay? Reminder lang po is yung prostate gland is sa lalaki lang po yan malocate. Wala sa mga babae. And next one is the urethral gland. This right here, yung maliit na yan is what we call urethral gland. Yan. Siyaan. Next is the urethra. Ito yung pathway ng urine and semen. Ito yon. Itong color yellow. Yan. Pathway nila yan papunta sa labas. And next is the this part here is what we call epididymis. It plays a role kung paano ba nami-make yung sperm. And then testis is this right here, yung itong circlish something. Yan yung tinatawag nating testis. And then penis is right here. Ito. Yan siya. And then glass penis is this right here. Itong head. Itong head niya is what we call the glans penis. Yan yung palabas. Pa-outside yan siya. Yan siya ang part. And then lastly, it's itong scrotum. Nagpo-provide yan siya ng house for the nagpo-provide yan siya ng house for testis. Yun lang. So, kapag malamig ang panahon is nagiging wrinkled yung part niya dyan kasi hinihila niya yung testis papunta sa warm body. Papunta sa body warm. Kasi, if you want to make a healthy sperm, na you have to acquire first a warm body. Mga like 3 Celsius lang. Yun lang.
Now, let's move on to the sperm production, which consists of the spermatogenesis and which mainly consist of the spermatogenesis and meiosis. Now, so first things first is the spermatogenesis. This is the biological process of creating mature or haploid. This is the biological process of creating mature and haploid sperm cells from the stem cells in the male testes. So, basically, yung spermatogenesis is yun yung tinatawag nating sperm production. Na magsa-start yan siya, magpa-function yan siya pag binatiliw na yung isang batang lalaki. Pag nag-reach na sila sa puberty or teenager stage. Na this continues throughout their life. So, a single man can make millions of sperm daily. And again, isa lang yung makakasurvive na sperm para ma-fertilize doon sa egg. Only one sperm fertilizes an egg. So it seems that nature can survive. Kasi never tayo maubusan ng sperm. Okay? Next one is the spermatogonium, which is the cell that is diploid, two haploid stem cell that sits on the top of or attached to the basement membrane. It is a cell that starts making sperm. So, it is a cell that starts making sperm. So, meaning, it goes through the mitosis divisions to build up the stem cell line. The day na pinanganak siya until puberty na all such divisions simply produce more stem cells. So, during puberty na yung follicle stimulating hormone, yung FSH, it is secreted in increasing amounts by the anterior pituitary gland. Puberty on, each division of a spermatogonium produces one stem cell called a type of A daughter cell and another cell called a type B daughter cell. Yung type A cell na yon na magre-remain siya sa tubule periphery para ma-maintain yung stem cell population. Then the other type cell, which is the type B cell, na it gets pushed toward the tubule lumen where it becomes primary spermatocyte na distinct na a primary spermatocyte na para lang sa pag-undergo ng meiosis and para maka-form ng 4 sperm. Meiosis is a specialized type of cell division that involves two divisions, which is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Now, to produce four of these haploid daughter cells from one diploid to haploid parents to haploid parent cell. So, si meiosis is different siya sa mitosis. Magkaiba sila because meiosis consists of two divisions of the nucleus na ito yung meiosis 1 at saka meiosis 2. Na instead of only one division, na it results in 4 instead of 2 daughter cells or gametes. So, next naman is yung spermatogenesis. Yung gametes is tinatawag natin sa So, in spermatogenesis, yung gametes is tinatawag natin spermatids. Okay? Yun yung term na ginagamit natin. So, yung spermatids is it has only half as much as the genetic material as other body cells. In humans, this is 23 chromosomes rather than the 46 chromosomes. So, when the sperm and the egg meets, kasi 23 yan, each sa sperm at saka sa egg, na pag nag-unite sila, nag-form sila, pag nag-fertilize na yung egg or yung zygote, na yung normal to haploid number na magiging 46 chromosomes na yun siya kasi 23 na yung chromosome na yun is ma-re-establish and ma-maintain yung subsequent body cells by the process of mitosis. Next one is the spermiogenesis. Ito po yung final maturation phases ng spermatogenesis where spermatids are transformed into mature sperm without any further cell division. So in this last stage of sperm development, we call it spermiogenesis. So all the excess cytoplasm is sloughed off and what remains is yung giri-shaped na 3 region of the fully formed sperm. The head and the midpiece and the tail. So what remains is i-reshape yung tatlong region ng sperm, which is yung head, midpiece, and tail. Again, as I've said, spermatids is what we call gametes. Okay, it is a haploid with 23 chromosomes produced immediately after meiosis 2. Now, next one is spermatocyte. This is the diploid or haploid male germ cell that is in the process of undergoing meiosis during spermatogenesis. The last one is the mitosis. It is a type of cell division which one diploid to haploid parent cell divides once to produce two genetically identical diploid to haploid.
Screen recording and discussing the sperm production. Now we have three locations of sperm production, which is the seminiferous tubule, this, and the basement membrane, and also the lumen of seminiferous tubule. Now let's start first in the seminiferous tubule here. Now, the seminiferous tubules is a coiled tubes inside the testes where sperm form. This right here. So this is what we call seminiferous tubule. Now, pag i-zoom out mo yan siya, you can see the process here. This is the process. Okay. Now, next one is this basement membrane. Itong basement membrane is itong outer wall niya. This is the outer wall of the tubule. Stem cells are attached here. So, pag i-zoom in mo siya, ito yun. Ito yung mukha niya. Ito, outer. And then, next one is the lumen of seminiferous tubule. Itong color blue. Itong color blue, ang tinatawag nating lumen of seminiferous tubule. Yan yung center or yung open space where mature sperm are released. So, yan. Sa loob ng seminiferous tubule na if you want to locate the lumen of seminiferous tubule na itong color blue. Itong color blue, yan yung seminiferous tubule ng lumen. Ito yung lumen, itong color blue. So, now let's proceed to the three main phases. Let's proceed sa tatlong main phases ng spermatogenesis, which is the mitotic phase, the meiotic phase, and the spermiogenesis phase. Now, itong spermatogonium is naka-attach yan siya sa basement membrane. Dito tayo sa mitotic phase, okay? So, sa spermatogonium na ito yung diploid stem na naka-attach sa basement membrane. And again, hindi. So, sa mitosis naman, itong mitosis na may dalawang haploid, which we call daughter cell A and daughter cell type B. Itong si daughter cell type A na nakastay yan siya sa basement membrane as a stem cell, which means ito ding daughter cell type B na siya yung magmo-move. Siya yung magmo-move dito. Magmo-move siya papunta sa primary spermatocyte. And then, yung pangalawang phase na meiotic phase, na dyan magre-reduce yung chromosome number. Dito sa spermatocyte, itong primary spermatocyte na mag-enter yan siya ng meiosis 1. So, kapag makomplete yung meiosis 1, magmo-move naman siya sa secondary spermatocyte. Which means na after makomplete ng meiosis, magmo-move yan siya sa spermatocyte magmo-move yan siya sa secondary spermatocyte, which means na magkakaroon ng 23 haploid chromosomes. And after makamove sa meiosis 2, na magkakaroon ng 4 na early spermatids or gametes. So, that is equal to haploid 23 chromosomes. Ang purpose kasi ng meiosis is when mating na when fertilization na yung sperm is may 23 and may 23 din sa egg chromosome. So, that's a 46 in total. Now, that is very ideal for fertilization. Now, let's move on to the last phase, which is the spermiogenesis phase. That is the final phase. This is about remodeling. Wala nang division dito. Yung si early spermatids is magmo-move yan siya sa late spermatids. And anong mangyayari? Magkakaroon ng changes. Magkakaroon ng loose cytoplasm, magfo-form ng acrosome and nucleus compacts. Yung tail is magde-develop and mitochondria is it will going to be cluster. And then, ito yung final phase or mature version ng sperm. Na naging mature na siya, naging motile cells na ready to be released in the lumen of seminiferous tubule.
Daughter cells. So let's move on to the next slide, which is the sperm organs. Now this contains the head, the midpiece, and the tail. Now first one is the head. This is the front part that contains the nucleus with DNA and acrosome. So itong acrosome na to is nagre-release siya ng enzyme para ma-penetrate yung egg during fertilization. So, basically, when a sperm comes into close contact with an egg, na yung acrosomal membrane na it breaks down and releases the enzymes that help the sperm penetrate the capsule of follicle cells that surrounds the egg. Okay? So, for example, ito yung egg, tas ito yung sperm, na yung headpiece ng sperm is magre-release yan siya ng enzyme para makapasok doon sa loob ng egg. Next one is the midpiece. It is the middle part packed with mitochondria. It makes ATP energy to power the sperm movement. Now, yung filament na part na yun, which form the long tail, arise from the centrioles in the midpiece. Itong mitochondria na nakarap doon sa filament na it provides the ATP na kailangan for maka-swim, para maka-travel do female reproductive system. So, yung one-sided movement ng tail is siya din yung nagpupush ng sperm along the female reproductive system or organs. And lastly is the tail, which is the long whip-like movements para ma-push yung sperm punta sa loob ng reproductive system. Now, you have to take note of this. The environmental threats can alter the normal process of sperm formation. For example, yung mga common antibiotics, yung mga penicillin, yung tetracycline na nasa-suppress na yung sperm formation. Or for example, yung mga lead, yung radiation, yung mga pesticides, marijuana, tobacco, and excessive alcohol na pag kumpleto ka dyan na yung production ng sperm mo na magiging abnormal. Minsan may dalawang head yung sperm or maraming tail and so on. Basta makakasuppress yun siya sa sperm production. Now, let's move on to the hormonal regulation, which is the exocrine and endocrine products of the testes. Now, first things first is the exocrine. Exocrine system secretes fluids and substances through the duct system rather than directly into the bloodstream. So, for example, yung sperm production na it takes place called seminiferous tubules located inside the testes. For example, yung sperm production na this takes place called seminiferous tubules na this is located inside the testes. So another naman is yung sperm transport and nutrition. Yung sperm na nagmo-move yan siya sa testes into the epididymis and vas deferens. It also secreted by accessory glands, the prostate gland and bulbourethral glands. Yun is nanonourish ng sperm. Next one is the endocrine. The endocrine is the system releases hormones directly into the bloodstream to regulate the to regulate the distant organs. Kasi nga, to regulate the distant organs and bodily functions, such as follicle-stimulating hormone, the luteinizing hormone, and also the testosterone. First things first is the FSH or follicle-stimulating hormone na nagpo-produce yan, pinuproduce yan ng pituitary gland na kailangan yun for spermatogenesis. Kasi nga, kailangan yun ng spermatogenesis para makaproduce ng sperm. Next one is the LH or yung tinatawag nating luteinizing hormone. This also produced by the pituitary gland. It is crucial for maintaining spermatogenesis. The interstitial cells are being stimulated by LH or luteinary hormone. Lastly is the testosterone. Ito yung primary male sex hormone na pinoproduce ng testes. Responsible yan siya sa pag-develop ng secondary sexual characteristic like yung muscle, like yung bones, mga sex drives. Pag din yung testosterone is hindi na-produce ng teenager, yung pagka-puberty nila, pag hindi doon na-develop na yung second sex characteristic niya is never yun siya mag-appear. And yung reproductive organs niya is parang pangbata din, parang childlike lang din. So, yung condition na yun is tinatawag na sexual infantilism. So, castration of the adult male or the inability of his interstitial cells na yung inability of his interstitial cells to produce testosterone na magre-resulta yan sa pag-decrease ng size at function ng reproductive organs ng isang lalaki.